channel. I make mostly budgeting and debt videos. And today I'm going to be doing my weekly check-in. So I created this transaction log, which is a little different than my previous videos have included. And I'm really excited about it just because I see a lot of people that do this and it actually does make it a little bit easier. I'm going to hopefully finesse it a little bit better for myself just as things, you know, pop up or the math kind of works itself out a little bit better. So far I've been having a little bit of difficulty in terms of tracking, so hopefully I will get the hang of it or get a better hang of it very soon. But other than that, if you feel like you like this kind of content and you are new to my channel, I would love for you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell for my upcoming videos. I don't post on a regular basis, so the notification bell just helps you guys out in terms of getting updates when I do post. If you're returning, thank you so much for returning and welcome back. All right, so let's just jump into this. I'm going to go ahead and list out my categories. Let me move you up here. And this is for the week of the 22nd through the 30th. I know that's not really a full week. Well, it's a little bit more than a full week. It's 8 days. So I'm just gonna move on over here. So as you can see, we're gonna ignore this last one for odd fodder just because that was something from up here. It was like a 50-cent transaction that has already been reconciled in my previous week. But we will just go ahead and go through. So I had 2 bills that came out, my cell phone, 46, and actually I can pull this out. And, well, I already updated it, but I had my $56 for my gas that came out and my $46 for my cell phone. So those were all set and this is all good. The only thing I'm gonna have to do is update this when I finish these numbers here. So, anyways, I did go out to eat with my boyfriend. I had $15 left over from when my mom came to visit. So we went out to this place, Sean's Irish Tavern. They had the best taco pizza, and it's literally pizza with like the red sauce, and then they put like taco stuff on top, like taco meat and then taco cheese and lettuce and tomatoes. Oh my gosh, it was so good. And they serve it with salsa and sour cream and black olives if you want them, but I don't like black olives and I don't think my boyfriend does either, so we opted out. But it was a little bit more than my eating out budget allowed. Technically I only had $15 left, so I used all of that. I had $5 remaining from when I went to Kroger at the beginning of my pay period, so I used the $5 for tip. And then for personal, I had, I think about, where's my last personal? I had $32 left, well, $32.19. And so I used the $13 remaining for that just to cover the rest of the bill. And I know that's not necessarily what you're supposed to do, but I did go over budget in terms of eating out. So my grocery and my personal were able to sort of like back me up. And that's like the one thing about cash envelopes that I kind of like, is that it kind of forces you to actually stay within your budget, because if you're out somewhere and you have no cash left, I mean, I carry around a card, but I'm not going to necessarily want to split the bill if I can avoid it. So I did have some extra money in those other envelopes, and so I used those. And then my last one here, I got a half a tank of gas, and that was $10. So I'm going to go through and just fill out this here using this. All right, so for grocery altogether, I did not spend anything in this pay period. So I can go ahead and put 0 right here. Well, actually, technically I did use grocery money, so I'll put 5. Spent $5. And that leaves me with $0.05, which will be going to my coin jar come envelope stuffing. And then the next category was eating out, and I ended up spending the rest of my $15, so spent 15. And that leaves me at 0, which I will use my orange marker. And then for travel, I gave myself $35. I spent $21.15 last week and had $13.85 left, and then I only spent $10 as per this. And so I had $3.85 remaining. And then for personal, I spent the $13 there and no other transactions minus the sod fodder, which was from before. So personal, I had only the one, $13. And that left me with $19.19 remaining. And the 19 cents is going to go to my coin jar, and then the $19 will roll over. And as you can see, I had no unbudgeted expenses, so 0 there and nothing to calculate over there. So that is it for my weekly check-in in terms of like filling this out. But now I'm going to go ahead and add together what I spent for each of these categories and put it into my paycheck to paycheck budget sheet, just so it's all comes full circle. Okay, so for my grocery, I spent $144.95 plus the $5 for eating out, and that was $149.95. I'll go ahead and update this. Okay. For eating out, I spent $35 week 1 and then $15 week 2. And that was $50 even, which is exactly what my budget was. For travel, I spent $21.15 plus $10. $31.15 total. And for personal, I had started out with 15 plus, what did I start out with? 27. I think it was 27. Well, okay. So for personal, I spent $9.81 plus the 13, which is $22.81. But I also ended up making money. So if we go back to week 1 for personal, I ended up, my mom gave me $10 here for firewood. So we can subtract 10. And I had a rollover from prior. Pebbles. And I had a rollover from prior. Sorry guys, that was my kitty. She is determined. She really wants to get out into the 3-season room right now. And so I'm not letting her out. And so she's being chatty. Let me see. My dad gave me 100, but then I was reconciled that it came to 0. No, it didn't. I rolled over. What did I roll over? Okay, so for the personal, I figured it out a little bit. All right, so I added the $15, but I had 27 left over. So basically, this is like my mini tracker that I carry around in the envelope. So my mom, I added the 15, it was 42. Then my mom gave me the 10, it was 52, and I spent that. So I ended up spending $19.31 plus, let me clear that out. $19.31 plus the 0.5 for the odd fodder plus 13 for Sean's Irish Tavern. So I ended up spending $32.81, but I had 52, so minus 52 leaves me with $19.19. So that's how I got to that number, which I hope makes sense. So what I'm going to end up putting in here is the 32 minus the 10 that my mom gave me. So I spent 22 and I had that extra money in there. So it doesn't really, it's not technically over budget. Is it over the $15? Yes. So I'll write it in red, but technically I did spend under that because I had additional money in there. So I guess maybe I should write a bigger number here. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do this moving forward. I think this is the first or second time that I've had this sheet and I've done it. So I'm not sure how this will work out. But anyways, I can go ahead and just add up these numbers. 149.95 plus 50 plus 31.15 plus 22, and I get 253.10, which is over budget. And now I can do my math for the rest of the sheet. So I had made 2156.02, and I subtracted this 281.80, and I can get 1874.22. Okay, and then when I subtract my 253.10, I get 1621.12. Which is a little less than I had anticipated initially, minus my 253, which I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Good, you can. Okay. Minus my 253 leaves me with 1368.12. And minus my 1175.30 leaves me with 192.82. I don't know why this pen is writing so weird. Okay, and then come back right down here, and I put 196 actual towards this. So I do have a little bit of a cushion in my account. So even though it was technically over budget here, I ended up putting an extra $318 into my budget this month. It does end up being fine. I have a $150 cushion in my account at the moment. So yeah, that's how this all equals out, I guess, because of that. And I don't really put that up here in my starting. I just put the money that I get when I get the money for the beginning of the month. So that's like my rollover from any of these envelopes here. If I have a rollover, any rollover from additional income that I have. So I end up getting the $100 from my dad earlier this month, and then I rolled over $14 from last month from my friend who paid me for the Airbnb, and the $3 was from leftover grocery money from the beginning of the month, or I guess end of October, or end of August. I forget we're in September. I'm super excited about October if you can't tell. So anyways, sorry how long this video is and the ranting. Hopefully I'll get this all figured out in the coming months when I'm, you know, getting more and more used to this. But this does end up being all green in the end. I used the other envelopes and kind of moved my money around in order to make it work, but it works. And it's okay for me to do that. Like, I feel comfortable doing that. So whatever you do to feel comfortable in your budget is what you have to do. And I will stand by that forever, just because this is, you know, so personal. So you want it to be what works for you. And so this is what works for me. But hopefully next month this will work out a little bit differently. Hopefully I'll be a little bit more strict with myself and not go over budget in terms of eating out. Now technically I should have put $30, I'm sorry, $33 into my eating out, and I would have had $505 left, and the $32.19 as was up here. But I did have those extra little funds and that cushion in my envelopes, so I used it, and you know, it happens. But anyways, I hope you guys all have a great week. I will be going to the bank. Oh, I did want to mention before I let you go. So I have a back to the bank envelope, and my mom, I ended up Venmoing my mom for the, which one was it? For the Sunrise skillet here, this $12, I ended up Venmoing that to my mom. So I took that $12 out of my envelope for eating out, and I did put it towards my going back to the bank. And then same thing for Oddfather. There's a little bit of change inside of here if you can't see it. And the Oddfather was an online only purchase because they're not currently open for people to come visit, so, or come inside. So they're just doing like curbside pickup. So I had to order it online, and because of that, it came out of my credit card or my debit card. So all of this is going to the bank today, and I did get paid today. So we will begin seeing some of the new October stuff coming out. And yeah, so I just wanted to show you like kind of my methodology for if something is an electronic purchase. Also next month, I just made a purchase last night on my credit card for my Amazon card. I know I said that I didn't want to use it anymore because I was really determined not to use it and to get that paid down. So what ended up happening was I put my $75 into, or my $100 a month into my Fund Money account, which is my USAA checking account. So I had the money for it. I needed to buy some dresses for the weddings that we're going to. So I didn't need to buy them, I guess, but I just hate everything that I have in my closet right now. So, you know, shame on me, but I went shopping on Amazon, and I used my Amazon credit card for the 5% cash back. So hopefully that will give me a little bit of reward money that I can put towards my Amazon card. And then I just paid off immediately from my checking account to that Amazon card the exact balance that I spent on Amazon. So it did not end up coming out of my checking or my credit card necessarily. It came out of my checking account. So hopefully that, you know, negates any interest that's charged on that card, and it's just a one for one basically. I paid it off of this card, but I got the rewards from the Amazon card. So again, hopefully that all makes sense for you guys, but stay tuned. I will be posting my paycheck cash stuffing video very, very soon. Hopefully today. I do work night shift tonight, and I just got off a shift, so I do kind of need to go to bed, which is probably why I'm ranting so much. And I do want to get this video all posted before I post my paycheck cash stuffing video. So we'll see if I'm actually able to get it all done today. If not, it will be up within the next day or two for my cash stuffing. So please, please, please stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys have a great week, great couple days, and I hope to see you back here in a couple days for my cash stuffing. Thank you guys.